In our video number 20, we are going to discuss the component bar diagram. In our previous video, we learned the first two methods of diagrammatic presentation, that was simple bar diagram and the multiple bar diagram. Now we will learn the third type of the diagram called the component bar diagram. Here the bar corresponding to each phenomena is divided into various components or compartments. This is also called a sub-diagram. It helps in comparing the sizes of different component parts. So when all the component parts are placed together, it becomes very easy for us to differentiate or compare. These are usually shaded or colored suitably. As you can see over here, this bar is divided into parts or components, and each component is colored differently. Here also, each compartment or component is colored differently in order to differentiate it from each other. Then examples of component bar diagrams are sales proceeds from different products, expenditure pattern of a typical family, population, etc. Here the height of each bar is equated to total value of the bar. So here the total value of the bar is different from the total value of this bar over here. So each bar totals to its sum of the components. Now there is another component bar called the percentage bar. Here the values are percentages. So what happens? The heights of each bar will be equal to 100 units. Since it is a percentage bar, the total will be equal to 100. And then, so this is a percentage bar diagram. So here heights of all the bars will be same, equal to 100. Okay, so this is the example for, let us say, production of rice in the year 1995 and 1996 in various states. Then here in the percentage bar diagram, we have percentage marks in economics, percentage marks. So in class 12A, this was the percentage of children who scored certain mark. Then this was the percentage of students who scored a certain mark. Likewise here and here. Similarly in class 11B, the percentages of students who scored marks is shown like this in different compartments or components. Let's now try to solve a problem to see how we can represent the data in the form of a subdivided or component bar diagram. Here we have the example. Present the following data by means of a subdivided bar diagram. The data given to us pertains to the production of wheat and rice in different years and also the total production. So in the year 2005, wheat was 400 and rice was 300 you can say quintals or tons. So the total was 400 plus 300, 700 tons. In 2006, the respective production of wheat and rice was 350 and 370, which is equal to 720. Likewise in 2007 and in 2008. So we will now represent this in the form of a subdivided bar graph. So we will follow the same method of the x-axis and the y-axis. Since we learned that the first variable that is given to us will be x and the other one would be y, we will now, and the total will also be shown on the y because it is the sum of these two products of wheat and rice. So to make this graph or the bar diagram, we will need a scale. That is, what are we going to represent on the x-axis and what are we going to represent on the y-axis. And also we will have a key to show which type of a design is going to represent wheat and which one is going to represent rice. Okay. So on the x-axis we will write year and on the y-axis we will write production in tons. Okay. the key is, let us say we are going to represent rice by this type of a design, and let us call it rice, and we will have wheat as, let us say, some dots, okay, and let us call it wheat. So now we will represent on the x-axis ears. So here also we need to keep it in mind that 1 centimeter, if it is a breadth of the bar, then the distance between two bars also should be equal to 1 centimeter. So let us say this is 0, and here we are going to represent ear, and on the y-axis we are going to represent the production of rice and wheat. Okay, so on the x-axis we will write down the ears. So on the x-axis we write ears, that is for 1 centimeter 2005, then leave 1 centimeter and say 2006, then 1 centimeter and say 2007, and leave 1 centimeter and then say this is 2008. Now on the y-axis, how are we going to distribute the numbers? This is 400, 300, the maximum number is 850. So we will take 100 per centimeter. Okay, so this is 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800 and 900. So that can be our maximum limit, because the largest number that we have is only 850. So let's now start drawing the bars. The first one is wheat, which is 400, and rice is 300. So the total becomes 700. So let's first locate the total, that is here. So here is our 700. 400 is wheat, so we will plot first wheat, which is equal to 400, and the rest is 300 is rice. So from here if you count 100, 200, 300. Okay, so the total becomes 700, and now we are going to draw the bar. Let's draw the bar here. This is our maximum 700, and we are going to draw a component, and 400 is for wheat, and the diagram we have chosen for wheat is dots. So we will fill this box with dots and say this is wheat, production of wheat in the year 2005. And for rice we have chosen this, so we will say this is the production of rice in the year 2005. Similarly, we will plot for 2006. It is 350 and 370, the total being 720. So 720 will be just above this. Okay, so we will first draw the 720 bar, and we will represent wheat, which is 350. So 350 lies somewhere here in between 300 and 400. So we will call this wheat, and this is our wheat, and this is rice. Now 720 minus 350 is 370. So from here to here it is going to be 370. Okay, likewise we will plot for 2007. The total is 740. So this is 720 we know. So a little above this would be 740. So let's try to draw 740 first. Here, and then what is the production of wheat? Production of wheat is 370. So this is, it lies between 300 and 400. So somewhere here, let us say this is 370. So we'll draw one line, and then this represents the production of wheat, and this represents the production of rice in the year 2007. Likewise in 2008, the total production is 850, which is here. So we will now make a mark for 850, and then we will draw this bar, which is equal to 850. So the height of the bar is 850, and the production of wheat is 500 units. So 500 is here, so we will mark here. So this is our production of wheat, and this will be the production of rice. So the bar diagrams or the component bar diagram that we have drawn represents all the items given or all the data given to us. So it is very easy to understand. It will tell us what was the production in 2005, 6, 7, 8, and then when we see the heights of these bars, we can very easily make out, any layman without the numbers can make out that is in 2008 the production of wheat was maximum in these 4 years, okay, and the production of wheat was minimum in the year 2006. Likewise, we can even compare the production of rice. So that is how the component bar diagram is drawn. Let's now try to draw a percentage bar diagram. The question reads, from the following data, prepare percentage bar diagram. Now the data given to us is the expenditure of 2 families. Items of expenditure are given on which the families spend their income. The total income of family A is given as 25,000 rupees and that of family B is given as 40,000 rupees. Family A spends 10,000 rupees on food, whereas family B spends 12,000 rupees on food. And family A spends 5,000 on clothing, whereas family B spends 10,000. So house rent is 4,000 and 6,000 respectively. Miscellaneous items or expenditure on miscellaneous items is 4,500 for family A and 8,000 for family B. Likewise, family A saves 1,500 and family B saves 4,000. Now we have to prepare a percentage bar diagram. In percentage bar diagram, we need to calculate the percentages. Since the maximum number that we can draw a bar will be equal to 100 units or percent. Okay, so what we will do is we will first calculate the percentage of the expenditure on various items. How do we calculate this? We will calculate it like this. The total is 25,000. So to calculate percentage, we will write 10,000 divided by 25,000 into 100. So this will give us, these go like this, and 25 fours are 100. So 4 into this gives us 40%. So we can write here percentages, and here also we will calculate and write percentage. So similarly 5,000 will give us a percentage equal to 5 fours are 20%. Then here it will be 16% and 4,500 18% and 1,500 will give us 6%. So how do you calculate? You write this number in the numerator divided by total into 100. Similarly, calculating for family B, we have 12,000 divided by 40,000 is the total here. So 40,000 into 100. So this will give us 30%. Okay, and 10,000 will give us 25%. 6,000 will give us 20%. Sorry, 15%. 15%. 8,000 will give us 20%, and 4,000 will be equal to 4,000 divided by 40,000 into 100 equal to 10%. Now if you add up all this, we should get 100. Here also it should be equal to 100 because we are talking about percentages. Now we are going to represent this one on the x-axis and expenditure in percentages on the y-axis. We know the first variable that is given to us will be plotted on the x-axis. So let's now try to plot this scale. On x-axis we will be taking items of expenditure, and on the y-axis we will take the percentages. On the y-axis we will take percentage. Y-axis equal to percentages. Now the key will be, we will see what design we will use for food, clothing, house rent, miscellaneous and savings, and then we will write it down in the key. So on the x-axis I am going to write down the items of expenditure. So here we have taken family A and family B's expenditure on various items, and on the y-axis we have taken them the percentage expenditure of each family on various items. Now family A, since this is going to be 100, throughout. So we will have to, limit our bar to 100. So we will draw first a bar that is equal to 100. In this percentage bar diagram, all the bars will be of the same height, 100. Now family A spends 40%. So here 40% is here. So we'll draw one line over here. And then 20% on clothing. So 40 plus 20 is 60. Then 16%. 60 plus 16 is 76, somewhere here. And then 16 again 18. So 76 plus 18 would be 94. So somewhere here. Okay. So this will be the expenditure of family A. Likewise for family B, it spends 30%. So 30 will be somewhere between 20 and 40 over here. So we will draw a line here. Then 25%. 30 plus 25 is 55. So 55 will be somewhere very close to 60. Okay. And then it is 15%. So 55 plus 15, 70. So 70 is midpoint between 60 and 80. And then miscellaneous is 20%. So 75 plus 20, 95. Somewhere here, 95. So these are going to be the divisions. Now let us choose some diagram for food. So this is going to be food. Let us say we will draw something like this. Okay, for both of them. And then for clothing, let us say we are going to draw some vertical lines. And then for house rent, let us say we are going to choose this. Okay, something like this. And then for miscellaneous, let us put some dots. Okay, and let us leave the savings empty. So now we are going to show here food. What did we do? We drew some horizontal lines, and then clothing we drew vertical lines, and for house rent we drew what? Something like this. And then for miscellaneous we drew dots, and savings we left it blank. So that is how it's going to be. So that's our percentage bar diagram. Since the video is getting longer, we will discuss one more deviation bar and pie chart in the next video.